guys, it's Sarah. I'm back with another 12-minute workout to help you stay fit on even your busiest days. Today, you'll need a chair or somewhere firm where you can take a seat because today's workout is done entirely from that seated position. I know sometimes we're looking for a more gentle workout, and I want everyone to have options so they can keep moving and stay active even on days they're unable to or don't want to come to the feet. So today, we're going to work for 30 seconds at a time with 3 consecutive exercises. We'll take 15-second rest after those 3 exercises, and we've got 7 rounds just like that. We'll start with our feet a little bit wider than our hips. So if you're in a chair, step outside those chair legs, step your feet forward, and sit nice and tall at the edge of your chair. You'll start with your hands on your hips, your belly button tight towards your spine, and your shoulders rolled back and down. I'm going to start our first 30 seconds, and we'll just start to tip forward from the hips. Just a little hip hinge, a seated good morning. And we want those feet forward so we can feel a little bit in the back of the legs as we tip and rise with that long, straight spine supported by that strong core, those shoulders pulled back and down. At the bell, we're simply going to bring the fingertips up to the temples and engage the upper back a little bit more. So lift the fingertips up, pull the elbows back, and tip forward. Keeping those shoulders pulled back and down, keeping those elbows pulled back. If you'd like to engage the back of the legs a little bit more, step those feet forward just a little bit further. Try to tip forward just a little bit more. Don't forget to breathe. Keep that core on. At the bell, we're going to add a little twist at the bottom of this hip hinge, reaching one hand down towards the opposite leg, then back up and sit tall. Tip forward, reach down, up, and sit tall. If your back is starting to get tired, bring the hands back down to the hips and reach from there. Adding that twist, warming up the core and the spine. You've got 8 more seconds. And then we're going to take our first break. Shake it out, step the feet back in under the knees, sit really tall, and just bring your hands down by your sides. We're just going to do a simple side bend in 3 seconds. You're going to reach one hand down towards the floor. Keeping the shoulders square, pull that bottom rib up over the top of the hip. You can bring your opposite hand to the hip. If you want to engage the upper back, bring that hand up by the head. And just reach. Engaging those obliques. Feeling that low back supported through that strong core. Keeping those hips firmly in the square, in the chair. Square in the chair. We're going to switch sides. Reach down with that opposite arm. Pull that rib up over the hip. Keep those shoulders square in the chair. If you're looking for more, bring that opposite hand up as you reach. When you hear the bell, we're just going to alternate these side bends. One side over to the other. Make sure we're still breathing. And these alternating side bends can be done with those hands up with a reach or hands at the hips as you reach down and switch. So you choose if you want that upper back engaged. You've got those arms up, pulling the elbows back. We've got about 10 more seconds here, and we're going to move on. At the bell, shake it out. Release those shoulders, release the upper back, and reset yourself in your chair, right towards the edge of the chair, hands on hips. We're just going to march our legs in 3 seconds. So lifting knees, sitting really tall here. Pull that belly button in tight towards the spine. Pull those shoulders down. And see how high you can lift that knee up. Feeling those hip flexors and the lower abs helping you to march in your chair. Just warming up the legs a little bit here for the first 30 seconds. For your next 30 seconds, I want you to pick one leg, and you're just going to lift it up and extend it out. So you'll lift the knee up, kick the leg out. Lift the knee up, kick the leg out. Your challenge is going to be for the entire 30 seconds to keep this foot off the floor. If that gets to be too much for the thigh, it looks simple, but it will start to burn. So if at any time you need to tap down in between, extend out, lift up, tap down. Or challenge yourself, keep that foot off the floor the whole time, stay tall through the spine. We're gonna switch legs at the bell. So set that foot down, ooh, that feels good, extend out, lift up. See how high you can pull that knee up and then really kick through the heel here. As you extend, I want you to feel that thigh muscle really contract. And of course, if you need to tap down, take those little rests. We're almost done with these legs. We're gonna move on to the arms next. So at the bell, take a quick stretch. Reset yourself in the chair. Pull those shoulders back and down. Bring the hands by the sides. Do some exaggerated arm raises. So we want them really, really big, like you're drawing a giant circle. Out, all the way up and down. As we do this, feel those shoulder blades reaching down towards those back ribs. Really activating those muscles of the upper back. Those posture muscles that help you stand really tall. Don't forget to breathe. At the bell, arms are going to go out to the side, tiny little circles. Pull those shoulders down. Feel those shoulder blades reaching towards the back ribs as we draw these little circles. Now, if your shoulders are starting to feel really tired, drop those circles down just a little bit and lessen the load on the shoulders. Because at the bell, we're switching directions. You got about 5 seconds. Try not to let those arms drop. And get ready to switch. Of course, if we need to, come down, take a quick rest, come back, and make sure you're moving in the opposite direction. Or drop a little lower. Breathe through it. Enjoy that little burn you're feeling in the upper body, because we're moving on after this. Into the core next. In 5 seconds, you get a quick stretch. Release all that work. Shake it out. Make sure you're on the edge of the chair. You want your feet under your knees. We're going to sit back and reach the arms forward and then pull the arms back as you bring that chest forward. So get ready. It's a seated crunch. So sit back and then lift yourself forward. We want to pull those ribs down towards the hips and then really expand. So crunch and then pull the arms back, shoulder blades together. Exhale and inhale. At the bell in about 8 seconds, we're going to add that seated march to this movement. If your arms are feeling tired from those arm circles, why don't bring the hands to the hips and just work the crunch from here. But we're going to add a little knee lift. As you sit back, we're going to do that seated march, adding the lower abs and the hip flexors. If it's too much with the arms, you don't have to do them. You can bring hands on the hips. We're still crunching. We're still breathing. Try that exhale, inhale. We're going to challenge ourselves and see if we can lift both knees and then tap down. If that's too much with the arms, you can support yourself on the chair to help lift those knees as you sit back and up. So you can support yourself, hold onto the chair lightly. And if it's too much to lift both, go back to single legs, either with or without the arms. So you choose your level here, how much you want out of the core, what your core is ready for today, and shake it up. We go back to our hip hinge, so step those feet out and forward. This time, we're going to take the arms out, and as you tip forward, you're going to pull the arms back and up. So tip forward, lift those knuckles up and back, and then sit tall, bring the hands back. Reach up, sit tall. Core is on, spine is long and straight. Tuck your chin and pull your shoulder blades together. Lift your arms up and back, activating those upper back posture muscles, as well as that low back and the hamstrings. All right, we're going to take these arms up overhead as you tip forward and then back up. Notice that increases the load on the back and down the back of the legs. Now, if that increases the load too much, try those hands up by the temples. And if your upper back is feeling tired, bring the hands back to the hips. So you choose where you go in this hip hinge and get ready to add a twist wherever you are. You're going to reach your hand down towards the opposite leg and then back up. Or maybe you're at the side of the face with those fingertips and you're going to pull the elbow back. Maybe hands are at hips and you're reaching down and twisting as you tip forward. You've only got 10 more seconds, so choose your level. Go where you want to go. Don't forget to breathe. After this, you've only got one more round, and then we're already done with our 12-minute seated workout today. We want to be on the edge of the seat, feet right under those knees. Sit nice and tall. Remember those leg extensions? We're going to give them another try. So pick a leg, pick it up, out, and out, and up. Sitting tall, we want to support that low back. Belly button is up tight. Challenge yourself to keep that foot up, or if you need it, tap down. At the bell, we're going to switch legs. Try pulling the knee a little bit higher and kicking out with a little bit more tension. 3 more seconds. Press through the heels, switch legs. Out and up. If you need that tap down at any time, listen to your body. We want to load up these muscles, but not so much that it gets entirely too uncomfortable. We want a little burn. Press it out, pull it up. 5 more seconds. Your last 30 seconds. Simple calf raise. Press into the big toes, lift the heels, tap them back down, up and down. Lift and lower. This exercise is great for strengthening those calves and ankles, which help us maintain our balance throughout the day. They're muscles we often forget about down there. So really push into those big toes, lift those heels as high as you can. 3 more seconds.
Activity completed.
Activity completed. 12 minutes. Done. Take a quick stretch if you'd like. Grab some water, and you're done. Enjoy the rest of your day.